Hello, fellow humans. It is I, Abron, with a bit different video for you this week. Yes, I will keep doing the usual Rocksmith playthroughs, of course, but today I wanted to answer a question that I've been getting a lot. This might be even a series of videos if you're interested. So, what's been happening is a lot of people ask about my guitars when I'm playing, like when I'm playing live over Twitch as well. And I wanted to make, a couple videos showing my instruments because I think they have quite a little bit of history associated with them. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So the instrument that we're gonna talk about today is the Stratocaster. Stratocaster is an Yngwie Malmsteen inspired guitar, so you might have noticed this already. And you've seen me using on the Yngwie playthroughs that I did here on YouTube. I use this a lot on Twitch as well. And it's just a little fantastic instrument. Now, the keen-eyed among you will see it's not really a Fender. It's actually a music maker, which is a brand that a lot of you will not be familiar with unless you are, from where I am, which is Brazil. This is a brand that is most well known here for its custom shop guitars and custom shop guitars only. I actually visited the factory because I worked there. So this is the first little interesting tidbit that I have with this brand. Like, I actually worked there because one day, the owner there and the master builder of all these fantastic instruments called Ivan, he decided to expand into the very lucrative business of music studios. And yeah, it wasn't very lucrative at all. But because of that, I had the opportunity to work there because I am a audio engineer by trade. I also do music production and whatnot, so that's kind of my thing. And I've worked there for 2 years, managing, taking care of his studio, recording bands, setting up the sound for bands to rehearse and all that good stuff that comes with, working at a music studio. So I got the opportunity to meet all the builders there, all the luthiers, like meet Ivan more. Like, I've been taking my guitars to him ever since I was 16 to, setups and repairs as well. So we go way back. And a few years back, really, after I left there, I still kept contact with him. So what happened was the following. Last year, we have something here that we do on the Rocksmith community called Shredfest. The Shredfest is just, a festival with a bunch of Rocksmith streamers over Twitch, and, we play a set of 1 hour of an artist of our choice, and then we go and raid the next person, and it lasts like 3 days, like an entire weekend. It's super fun. We do that, and the first one that I, decided to actually participate, I decided to play Yngwie Malmsteen. So yeah, I decided to play Yngwie Malmsteen. I was the only fool that tried to tackle that. And I just rang Ivan and was like, hey, can you make me an Yngwie Malmsteen guitar, scalloped fretboard and same pickups, all that good stuff? And he was like, yeah, sure, I've done this before. In fact, he had the neck already done. I asked him, and he was like, yeah, sure, man, I can do you the guitar. I already have the neck ready. I'll, sweeten the deal, put locking tuners and everything for you. And that was it. And the guitar didn't arrive on time. So yeah, this happened. Like, I ended up playing the festival with my Warlock. Like, I have a video on YouTube too with me playing Trilogy. And it was super sloppy because, yeah, I was pretty nervous. And this guitar didn't even make it on time. So, but okay. No problem, like, no hard feelings towards that. Eventually the guitar arrived because, it's still a custom shop guitar, man, and it takes a while for Ivan to build them. Like, even though he has a factory and people to help him, like, he has a team, these guitars are actually built in over the course of 3 or 4 months. So it's actually pretty good considering custom guitars. Like, it's not a long time at all. Like, I think people who waited over a year to receive their custom-built instruments, and this one was rather quick, even though it's, I don't think it's there's a lot of figuring out to do. Like, it's a Strat style guitar, and it's a replica of a Yngwie Malmsteen guitar, which is, an already iconic instrument. So, yeah. And a lot of people might be asking, but why don't you get a real Fender instead? Well, there is a little bit of a problem with that where I live. You see, Brazil is still a third world country, And things here, because of taxes and, you know, because of a bunch of problems that I won't get into right now, are horribly, horribly overpriced. So, you know, an Yngwie Malmsteen guitar, for you friends over in the United States, a guitar like this, like an original Fender YJM guitar with all the bells and whistles, will be going around 1800, like 1899 usually, which is okay. Like, it's expensive, like it's a signature guitar and everything. Here you can find a used one for 16,000 Brazil bucks. I call it jungle bucks. So yeah, it's kind of infeasible, especially for me, I am a working musician. Like, I do this for a living. And yeah, we can't just, you know, drop this amount of dough in a guitar, man. Like, it's not doable. So a lot of us go to the route of looking for, you know, custom builders, like custom shops, and just ask them, hey, make guitar that is inspired on the guitar that I want, and there we go. And I can assure, like, it's just as good as an instrument as, you know, an original Fender would be, if not better, I would say. And a lot of people will be like, wait, what? No, come on, bear with me right here, okay? Bear with me. So about that, I am going to get into the specs of the beast. So let's take a look at what makes this guitar what it is. So, about what make this beast tick. This is a custom build, of course, like it was custom built especially for me, with exception of the neck, which he already had in stock. Like, it was just lying around because apparently the guy ordered this neck for a Fender, but then he never went there to pick it up. Like, he just gave up, and this was lying around. So that's what ended up on this guitar, of course. It has an Alder body. It has a ridiculously flamed maple neck. Like, the wood figuring this is just crazy. Like, if you look at the close shots here, it's just ridiculous. We also have a Graphtec tusk nut. Yes, originally Yngwie uses a brass nut, like, so he didn't have a brass nut, so he just used a Graphtec tusk instead. It's a very good nut. I think it's a little bit nicer than bone nuts, like, you know, your mileage may vary, of course. And we have, of course, as an Yngwie inspired guitar should have, a scalloped fretboard. And these scallops feel so nice to play on, especially because they are coupled with 22 stainless steel frets. So these are not your usual fret wire. This is actually stainless steel. They will last you a lifetime. They are very good, very slick. To do bends on this guitar is just a marvelous sensation, because you already have the scallop fretboard, which, you know, helps by not having your fingers contact the fretboard. You also have the very polished stainless steel frets to help you along the way, and it's just the most bendy guitar ever. We also sport a 25.5-inch scale neck, which is common for Stratocasters, and the pickups are, of course, the YJM Fury pickups. And Ivan actually had to swap the pickup covers because the pickups he ordered actually had the covers in black. I have the original ones right here, so he changed them to a mint green color to better match the pickguard. The pickguard is a 3-ply pickguard, of course. And all the hardware is Gotoh. We have a Gotoh bridge here with a whammy bar, normal Strat bridge. We have Gotoh pots, jack, and switch, and also a beautiful set of Gotoh locking tuners, and these things are fantastic. And also, you'll notice no string tree, which I'm not sure if he deliberately didn't put a string tree, because you don't really need, since you have the locking tuners. Like, the tuning on this guitar is very, very, very stable. Even if I start playing around with the whammy bar and stuff, it keeps in tune just beautifully. It's fantastic. And another thing I would like to mention is the gorgeous neck joint. Usually in the Fender style Strat you would have a neck plate with 4 screws, but this guitar instead has 5 screws with these little steel inserts in them. It also has this carve on the upper neck region that makes it really, really easy to reach those higher notes, and I think this is a massive advantage this instrument has over the Fender counterpart. Now, these are a lot of features you wouldn't get on a regular Fender. You wouldn't get the amazing access, you wouldn't get the stainless steel frets, you wouldn't get the self-lubricating tusk nut, and you wouldn't get all the locking tuners and the Gotoh parts. And all of this cost me 6,500 Brazil bucks, which is pretty pricey for Brazil, but if you convert to dollars, it's $1,300 as of current exchange rates. So it's a much more affordable guitar, and that's what this money can buy here in Brazil if you go to the custom shop route. So yeah, I would say it's not a bad deal at all. But you know, of course, I got a little bit of a discount on this guitar because the neck was already done. And of course, I was friends with the builder, so yeah, you need to consider that. And if that wasn't enough, look, it comes with a beautiful case as well. Like, holy shit, man. So right now, let's take a listen to how this sounds. So for, you know, of course, playing Yngwie Malmsteen is this where this guitar really shines. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, of course. And it sounds just fantastic. Doing arpeggio runs and all that kind of stuff. And bending on the guitar, yes? And of course, since you have, you know, a scalloped fretboard and the stainless steel frets, it feels so smooth. It's just great. It's so effortless. And of course, you do all the shreddy styles that you like. So yeah, as you can hear, beautifully versatile instrument. Even though this is a Yngwie guitar, like his pickups, they are incredibly versatile. Like you can do things that aren't rock or metal stuff, and you know, it still is a Stratocaster. Like they are stacked humbuckers, but they still sound like single coils. They are single coils in the end of the day. And I've been using this guitar not only for the shreddy stuff, I also use this for, you know, general music production. If I need a more vintage style sound, I just, you know, pick this guitar up and it sounds amazing. Like it's a very, very good all-rounder instrument, I would say. So there we have it. If you guys like this video, please leave a comment and tell me if you want to see more stuff like this. I have two other instruments that I would be interested in talking about. I have my Warlock, which is a heavily modified BC Rich. And it's my little hot rod and the guitar that is my daily driver, really. So there's quite a lot of things to talk about that one. And also my Flying V, which is an old Flying V that I've been using ever since I was 16 years old, and also being, you know, very heavily modified. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you already didn't, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.